Hey, what's up everybody? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. And today, we're swapping a glide arm. We are doing a couple Betaflight setups. And I think that's it. We're going to get Betaflight set up on this CB3 with the RunCam hybrid. And on the TP3 Toothpick. And there's a third one. Thought so. Maybe I need to change the, okay. I think there's only two. I'm changing the name of the stream right now. 2 Betaflight setups, not 3. Is there really not a third one? I guess not. Maybe I was thinking about the Acrobat over there. Mr. Sprinkles is the first in the chat. How are you, sir? Alright, let me click a couple buttons, get this computer running a little bit better here for the stream, and we'll get going. I've got a little bit of flying scheduled for golden hour here this afternoon, so figured I'd come on now and do some streaming, do some fixing, and get ready for this afternoon. Everybody catch the review streams from the past couple days. If you guys have any feedback, let me know. Good or bad, I can take it either way. Let's actually take a quick look at some footage. Freelojo, Y'all Man Flights, Nathaniel LaBouffe, Ken Hill, Private Island FPV, and Stephen Rossi are here. What's up, everybody? Let's, real quick here, get this going. I just want to clear off this memory card. So let's do that. Here's my notes from the Tinyhawk 2 Freestyle. Speaking of the Tinyhawk Freestyle, there it is in the picture-in-picture. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the flight footage from the Tinyhawk Freestyle compared to the race? What's everybody's opinion? Both links to the flight footage are on Patreon. Link down here to the Patreon, and they are public posts. Freelojo says the Tinyhawk 2 Freestyle is sold out. I'm assuming you mean on Emax's website, which kind of sucks because that means my affiliate whatever with them isn't really going to get me anything, but that's okay. Emax has, my guess is they've sent them out to everybody else, so you should start seeing them come in stock, presumably, at Race Day Quads, Pyrodrone, Get FPV, all them spots. Alright, so let's see what we got here. In terms of what's on this memory card. I'm probably just going to dump all of it, but let's see. Here, I'll bring you guys along for the ride. Move this guy back over. Oh, I have it set up sharing the other monitor now. Look at me go. I just burped. It tasted like chicken. Here we go. Here's the other monitor. Alright. What we got? GoPro! Why is it cut off on the top? What? What the fuck? What's happening? Why does it look like that? Oh, because it's the wrong one. I want this one. Well, hold on. That, and then this. Come on! There we go. There we go. Okay, hold on. Let me do a thing here. I need to resize this. Why won't this let me resize it? God damn it. Well, we're back to normal. Technical issues. Hashtag shit show. Alright, let's see. Yeah, so it's too tall, but I thought there was a way to rescale it. Enable preview, lock preview, preview scaling, scale to window. Yeah, I want to scale to window, fucker. Output? Is that it? Whoa, God, what's happening? Why did it do that? Oh, boy. This has all gone wrong. It zooms it way the fuck in. Scale to window. There we go. Okay. Right monitor. Add. Oh, it's in here. It's in here. No, look, it's grayed out. Nice. Panic FPV is getting ready to fly now that the sky's not falling. How the hell do I scare this? Full screen projector? What's that mean? No. That's not what I want. Display 1? Display 2? Whoa! Oh no! Oh fuck, now I did it. Now I did it. Something's gone wrong. Oh boy. Oh, this was stupid. Oh, okay, there we go. Windowed projector source? What's that mean? No. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Now both of my screens are the same. God damn it. Oh no! God damn it. Yawman Flights broke his last prop this morning. Ugh, that's brutal. Why? What? All I want to do is shrink it down vertically a little bit, yo. Just fit to screen. Hey, there we go. Oh, it's not stretching it. I want you to stretch it. Scale filtering. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Wait. Yes, transform. Transform. Yes, 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 yes. Stretch to screen. There we go. Hey, we got it. We got it. Takes us some time, but we got it. Polly Lee says, good afternoon. What's up to you, Polly Lee? How do I set my motors up to buzz? I'm waiting on a buzzer. Panic. It's very easy. I'm going to take you through it. Here we go. Ready? Oh, shit. What's happening? Why is the... How do I have the... Oh, boy. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what it was doing. That was interesting. Alright, let me take you through it, Panic. Plug your shit in. Alright, plug your shit in. Open up Betaflight. Connect. And you're going to go in here to configuration. Alright? You have to be using D-Shot, which I'm assuming that you are. You're going to scroll down here. And right in here, D-Shot beacon configuration. These two guys are off. By default, you need to turn these guys on. And then save and reboot. Now, you gotta set a switch up for your beeper. So you're gonna go into not receiver. You're gonna go into modes. You're gonna scroll all the way down, and where the hell is it? There it is, beeper. You gotta set a switch position for your beeper, and that's it. That's all you gotta do is set your switch position for your beeper, and then hit save, and you're done. It's just that simple. You used to have to go into CLI and type beeper all, but you no longer have to do that. And I actually haven't used a physical buzzer since I started doing this, because these ESC beepers are plenty loud, and you can flick them on and off. The thing you want to be careful with on the ESC beepers is they do heat the motors up. So just turn it on, listen for it, and then turn it off. And then walk, 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 turn it on, listen for it, turn it off. Don't just let it sit there beeping for an hour straight. Panic spent 22 hours looking for his quad the other day. Why is this not... Oh, okay. You are welcome, brother. What is this? Windowed projector? The fuck? Source, right? Well, that's pretty cool. So this is a an output monitor. This no, it's not. No, it's not. Never mind. Never mind. I gotta watch a couple YouTube videos on OBS. I'm sure there's a million other super slick, super helpful things that I can do with it that I'm not doing. But We're not gonna worry about that today. We're gonna fix some shit. Let's fix some shit. What do you guys think? Things. Be a good streamer, Ciotti. Hold on. CiottiFPV can be found on Instagram, Facebook, here on YouTube, and on Patreon. Oh, nice. Thanks, Adam. That rules. Do you also know, I almost said SoundCloud. It's not SoundCloud. It's, fuck me. What's it called? Streamlabs. I got the S right. Streamlabs. Do you know Streamlabs as well? I downloaded it, and I just don't understand it. I know I need to start using it, though, because I want to put, I want to stop having to do manual progress bars for super chats and shit. Jesus. Just woke up. Leave me alone. Double A. Nice double A. Gotcha. Yeah, Streamlabs looks totally different. Here, look at it. Look at this shit show. Look how weird it looks, guys. Come on, yo. Look at this nonsense. Come on, doggo petting engine. Oh boy, that's not gone well. Okay, there it is. Oh, it wasn't giving me this output last time. Okay. Well, this isn't that bad then. Last time I couldn't get the damn thing to output. Yeah, it's definitely different. I don't know. I guess I just gotta spend some time with it. A little subscriber feed there. Whatever. Whatever. Alright, let's fix some shit. There's the Tinyhawk Freestyle. There's gonna be a giveaway for it soon. I hope you fuckers are ready. I'm gonna give myself a little bit more music. Alright, I think that should be good. You guys should be able to hear me over that. If you can't, let me know though. You can set that up with the OG OBS using a browser source added as a layer. Huh. Alright. Looks like OG OBS has plenty of shit in it. Okay, so yeah, we're going to do Betaflight setup on this guy. This guy I'm going to give away. Probably... Oh my god, I threw up my mouth. Probably the first giveaway of April, May, June. Oh wait, no, we were looking at... Hold on, I got to dump this memory card out. I totally forgot. Saw something shiny and got all excited. Okay, let's get the junk out of here. Stupid fucking THM and LR4 files can eat me. Let's see, where the hell's this? Oh, this is that school that I spent... Oh, so this... So this is me trying to get this off the goddamn rooftop. I crashed it up on the roof, and so for the record, the big problem with not running prop screws on these toothpicks is about to be very evident. And I'll show you real quick. So, you get it stuck, you start turtle moding to try to get off, and then... Yeah, I didn't know where it was. I thought it was on the one side. It was actually on the other side. Hold on. Let me fast forward. Alright, here. Yeah, now I think I found it. Nah, still haven't found it. Still haven't found it. Oh, now I think I see it. Yeah, okay. So now I found it. I think. Let's see. Keep your eyes on the bottom of the screen. Okay, so there it is down there. Right? And if you'll look real close, you can see two props that are not on the quad. So from the first turtle mode up there, it spit the two rear props off because they weren't screwed on. So this is me trying to blast it with a big shot of air to get it up out of that rooftop, which did not work at all. Yeah, I had the camera down at like 0 degree. The FPV camera was down at like 0 degrees. So I just kept doing it over and over again. Didn't work at all. Did not work at all. But yeah, fair warning. There's a definite performance improvement not running prop screws. If the props will hold onto the shaft pretty well, which you can tell when you're pushing them on. But just be aware, you get your shit stuck, and it's going to be a hell of a lot harder to get it down because it's going to want to just spit those props off. I think I eventually got frustrated and did a little bit of actual flying here. There it is down there. I should have put the 0 degree GoPro mount on real quick, but I was being lazy. There it is down there. It's so stuck. Dude, it was up there for a while. That was the maiden battery, too. I flew it for about 30 seconds before I got it stuck. Oh, I forgot that I landed. That's right. Yeah, I landed and I started doing turtle mode to try to suck it up. I wanted to try to suck it out of the little... but it didn't work. My nose. Oh, okay. Alright. No. Alright, I'm good. Yeah, so then I started flying. This is a cool little spot. This is right around the corner for me. I wanna spend a little bit more time at this spot. TP3 yet. I have not flown. How much does it weigh versus the Freestyle 2? It probably weighs about the same, but because of the props, and the motors, there's really no comparison. Like the Tinyhawk Freestyle versus the Toothpick 3, you think there'd be a better comparison there, but there really isn't. The Tinyhawk Freestyle is locked into the 1103 motors, and those motors only really have enough grunt to turn a 2-inch propeller. Fuck happened there? What was that about? What? That was weird. And then the Toothpick 3, of course, you can put any motors and any propellers on it. Yeah, Adam, I had to, I pulled over a, dude, it was sketchy as fuck. I didn't have a ladder or anything. I pulled over one of their recycle bins from the other side of the building, and I stood up on that, and like, yeah, absolutely raw pics. No questions asked. The Tinyhawk Freestyle is a very specific rig. It's very specifically for newer folks who just want to kind of cruise around. It doesn't have the motor for the prop, and then if you go down in prop size to 2-inch props, it doesn't have the RPM. It's not a high enough KV, and you can't really go up to 3S because of the 5-amp ESCs. I don't think it would last very long on 3S before blowing the ESC up. So it's very, very, very locked in to the type of person who just wants efficiency and just wants to cruise around. If you're almost like long range flying, basically. So yeah, if you're not in that specific kind of niche, I would get either the Tinyhawk Race. I'm loving the Tinyhawk Race, or build a TP3. Building a TP3 is very, very simple. So I would actually kind of go that route because the TP3 can do all the above. You can shred freestyle, you can do long range, you can do cruisy kind of stuff, whatever. The other thing that the Freestyle does well is push the camera forward, so there's barely any prop in view. So let's, and I actually forgot to mention that on the review stream yesterday. I'm so fucking mad. I forgot, like, that review stream was like my shot, right? So that's it's the second review stream that I've done, but it's the first time that I've been involved with a launch of a product. And I kind of fucked up by not getting the review stream up early enough. Kebab and Nick Burns sucked up like 3,000-4,000 views before I got my fucking live stream. So that's my bad. I just didn't wake up early enough because I'm a piece of garbage. But the big fuck up though is in that video, which will probably get more views because it's with a brand new item. I didn't fucking mention that I'm doing a giveaway for this. That was like the one thing that I was going to use to drive people, new people, over to the Patreon, and I just totally forgot. So yeah, I can add it in the comments, but nobody looks at comments. I actually meant to do that last night. Let me do that right now. Thanks for saying that, Raw Picks. I completely forgot to do it. I had that thought last night. I was like, fuck it, I'm not even going to bother. Nobody reads the comments. And then I came to my senses and said, hey, asshole. Just do it. It's not going to hurt to do it. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, Comcast can suck a fat one. Turtle B says he's building a micro based around 1106 6000 kV motors. What do you recommend for all-up weight? So an 11.0 anything motor is really going to shine on a 2-inch prop. 2.5-inch prop is a little bit too heavy for the 11mm wide stator. So 2-inch prop, all-up weight, you're probably going to want to be at about 100 or so, right around 100. 2-inch propellers, you want to keep that really light. So let's go here to live, and here it is. Not many views yet, 328. If you guys want to help out, if you grab the link to this, well, here, I'll give it to you. If anybody wants to really help me out, if you guys can kind of spread that link around wherever you guys hang out, because that's probably where other people hang out, I would greatly appreciate that, because I want to get some views going on this. I want to have a review video with a good amount of views so that I can show other manufacturers, like, hey, look, I can get views, send me shit early. And then when they send me stuff early, I can then do giveaways. I mean, when they send me shit, period, I can do giveaways with it. That's a big part of the reason why I've started these review streams. They take a lot of time. I'm actually shocked at how much time that that these 2 review videos took me, but I need to do something different. The Patreon and the viewership and kind of everything has really plateaued, so I need to mix it up. I need to start doing new shit. I can't just keep doing what I've been doing for the past few months. So what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, details. What's up, weirdo? How are you, man? Why not do it live? Only available on Emax's site, which is kind of out the window. Let's do this. I'm gonna put it as the top line, and let's go. Giving this no, let's keep it short. Giveaway of this rig over on my Patreon. Giveaway of or for? And let me put a date. So in theory, we're going to do it on the first Monday. Oh, look at that, which is the 1st. So that's April, May, June 1st. Giveaway on June 1st. Giveaway on June 1st on my Patreon. In the $5 tier. Giveaway on June 1st. No, I don't need this on. Giveaway June 1st on my Patreon in the $5 tier. Alright, it's a single line. Good. I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, I know, Ben. I've bought about a dozen of them from Ready Made RC. And I'm actually running out, so I'm going to have to do another order. They've got a shitload of them in stock. I've been emailing back and forth with, I forget his name now, the guy that runs Ready Made, about all that Rotor Riot overstock. I've bought a good amount of that shit. Alright. Put it in a pinned comment. I did put it in a comment, but I didn't think to pin the damn comment. Let's do that. Good call. The motherfucking collective hard at work. Look at you guys. Or I meant to and didn't. That's annoying. Alright, let's get this into a public comment. And then, how the hell do you pin it? Pin. Look at that. The collective! You guys are the goddamn best. Freelo Joe got his order in at 11:51 because I got an email from Emax. Nice, Freelo Joe. Did you happen to remember to use the link in my description by chance? Actually, let's see. I can tell if you did. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Emax's site. Hopefully it worked as a bit.ly link. Let's see. So if I sign in, hopefully it doesn't show you guys my password. Doesn't look like it did. Okay. So apparently if I sign in and go to my account, there's an affiliate. Hey, look at that. Affiliate program that they set me up with. Very cool of them. Balance? Will that show it? Nope. Looks like he didn't. Unless they haven't registered it yet. Which is okay. Don't feel bad or anything. I was just wondering if anybody hit my link. Doesn't look like they did. It's worth a shot. Promo widget. Best sellers. I gotta look into what else I can do with this. I'm only set up as an affiliate on a couple spots. Withdraws, whatever. Alright, let's get out of there. And okay. Let's review some more footage. What do we got here? Next battery? Yeah, that's right. It got dark quick. I don't know which rig this is from. I can't tell if this is Betaflight 4.2 or 4.1. By the amount that I'm wobbling this thing around, this is probably Betaflight 4.2 with the actual rate profile, because I'm trying to get used to that actual rate profile. I really like it, but it's very different in the middle stick. It's what I want in the middle stick, but it's very different. So it's a good adjustment. What else do we got here? I spent about 10 minutes power looping this one little double tree gap, which was kind of fun. Which will give you guys an idea of, like, when I practice, like, how I practice. See how smooth it is? Here, look. This is the actual rate profile. Watch how smooth this is. Ready? See that? See how it, like, ramps up, gets to full rotation, and then slows back down? That's these actual rates. I'm really impressed with them. I'm really close to putting everything on 4.2, but there's an off-throttle wobble issue that I'm working with one of the devs, Chris Thompson, on. I don't want to move everything over until we have that figured out. That's another move that I'm working on. I don't want to spoil the surprise, though, because it looks like shit the way I'm doing it now. It's actually an old move that I used to do in the simulator, and I completely forgot about. Here's my double tree. So this is practice for me. And it's mainly just throttle control practice. But it's also power loop practice. A lot of that during practice. Oh, this is where this might be where it slammed really good. Yeah, that's where I had to go get it. I think it might have thrown a prop. Forget what it did. Banged up one of the props pretty good, though. Yuck, 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 yuck. Can't see the comments, but keep them coming. I'll get caught up. As always, at CiottiFPV, if you want me to see your comment, tag me in the comment. It'll show up in orange for me. Other things down below, click them if you'd like. All the support is greatly appreciated. Had to go play with this car. The call of my people. Wah! Alright, I think I got back into practice mode here eventually. Nope! Came back to myself. Here we go. More practice. Oh, God. Yeah, I can dump pretty much all this stuff. I was also getting some... I've been playing around with big throttle blips when fully inverted, and I was messing with that a little bit here, too. Just to keep altitude under control. I'm with a really lightweight rig, sometimes it can take a little too long to come down, and I'm trying to play around with noticing that nice and early so I can do a throttle blip fully inverted to pull it down, basically. Look how smooth these actual rates are, though. The pickup and the release of the from zero throttle is just like amazing. Very cinematic, but then as you add stick, it really comes alive, so that you're not like locked into this cinematic. Like basically, the center of the stick is very cinematic, but then the middle and the outside of the stick is plenty freestyle-y. See what else we got in here. I always like to review at least a little bit before just deleting the entire session. We are on royalty-free. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good analog for a lot of my flight sessions. Usually I do this on the first battery, though. Here we go. Ready? Here's a typical Ciotti flight session. Just get it out of the way nice and early, guys. This is where it spun one of the props off, and I had to take the walk. Fuckers. Can't be afraid to crash, guys. Look at that. This is like very little tuning on 4.2, and it's just like dialed. Watch, ready? Look at that. It's weird. It doesn't do the wobble when you're nose down. It only does the wobble when you're totally flat. So it doesn't happen often, but when it happens, it's really bad. Right now, one of the fixes is to go to 24. See what I mean? This is that same rate profile. Look how thrashy you can get with it. Yeah, the one fix that a bunch of people have right now is going from 48K to 24K on the ESC, but my point to Chris Thompson was, like, why we didn't have to do that in 4.1. Like, it still existed in 4.1, but I swear to God it wasn't this bad. So yeah, that's what I'm working with Chris on, is like, why is this happening more in 4.2? It should actually be the opposite. The digital idle improvements should make this go away. But so that's kind of why I don't usually get involved with the Betaflight devs like this. I just kind of give them time and they tend to figure it out. But I really want this actual rate. I want to start using the actual rate profile and everything. So yeah, I'm doing logs for him and shit like that. Because I've got two rigs that are completely identical. One of them's on 4.1, one of them's on 4.2. So it's kind of the best case scenario. Not a lot of people have that. Get it! I kept wanting to try to go between that brick and the chair. I wanted that to be the bottom of the power loop, or under the bench, but that was not on a new rate profile. Big part of the reason that I try to review the footage a little bit before just wholesale deleting it is in the HD, I can see smaller wobbles than in the FPV feed. So this is me looking for issues with the tune, deficiencies in the tune. Like that prop wash at the bottom of that dive. I did completely. I put both rigs back onto the sliders actually though, so the tune is completely changed. So this is kind of pointless for me to be looking at this if I'm honest, but still good. Still good practice to get in. Oh, did I go to the moon here? I think I went to the moon. And this is where I saw this little courtyard in here, in the middle. I really want to go back here. I'm going to have to kind of hop fences to get in there, though, which kind of sucks. I hate to have to do that. But look at that courtyard, man. Look at that. Ooh, I got to get up in there, man. Look at that. Ooh, you can see me, like, looking down at it, like, ooh. And there's me in my natural habitat on the concrete. What else? Yeah, I was pretty sure this would be too dark in the GoPro, but that's okay. Just gotta discharge them batteries sometimes. Wow, that's just black. Jesus. Still can't see the chat. Give me another couple minutes here, guys. Alright, that should be the last battery from that spot, and then that brings me to yesterday at a cool new little spot. Kind of cool, not that cool. And these first couple batteries are probably the log batteries that I was flying for Chris, so it's not going to be enjoyable to watch. Just going to be a lot of logging moves. Although I guess I'll let this play if you guys are doing logging. This is the kind of shit that whoever's reading that log is going to want to see. See that big bobble? That's a part of the problem. Ready? See it there? No idea why it's doing that. If it's doing that, it should be doing it immediately. There should be no pause. It doesn't do it when you snap inverted. It does it real bad when you just chop the throttle and leave yourself right side up. And then it does it a little bit when you 90 it, when you knife edge at the end of the throttle blip. I believe I lost video here. Yeah, I did. I lost video here. Picked the goggles up, flipped my oh shit switch, and I was just staring at it. Landed it, goggles back down, and the video came back. The magic of the oh shit switch. I'm also having a little bit of an issue with my QX7. I calibrated it this morning, and it appears to be better, but it was... yeah, and this is just me jerking it all around so that Chris could see the step response. Actually, no, I'm not logging anymore. I shut off the log because I had to land. When you're logging, start logging from up in the air, and try not to hit anything. If you're logging and you smack into something, it spikes the gyro and it throws off the PID tuning toolbox. This is just me flying around, exploring the site. I'd never been here before. This is legit me, like, just looking around for the first time. Oof. Whee! Blah, 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 blah. Alright, let me check the chat. Well, you know what I'll do? Shrink this down a little bit. Talking to Chris, talking to Chris, talking to Chris. This is now the 4.1 build. Dark Sagan's going to fly? Hell yeah. Do rate profiles include throttle caps? I don't know, Raw Picks. It's a good question. I don't know if they have that in there. AMZ Mellow, do you have a recommendation for a tiny whoop that will pair with D8? Huh, I do not, AMZ. I don't, but everybody should put that in their specs. If it doesn't specifically call out D8 in the specs of the AIO, it's not going to have it. Or if you want the best board available, get the newbie drone board, and that uses an external receiver. So then you can get whatever receiver you want, get one D8, and away you go. Hopefully you're still in here, AMZ. Sorry I missed your question. Turtle B says, just going to play your review, repeat for a few hours. Thanks, Turtle B. Appreciate it. Looks like there's no mods today. Is there, do we need to mod some shit, weirdo? Okay, I think I'm caught up now. Weirdo, yeah, I haven't had a chance, man. It's been nuts. Sorry, brother. I'm working on it. I made myself a note. I'm gonna get to it when I can. What am I up to here? It would appear that I'm done logging. Alright. See what else we got in here. Yeah, it's got this really nice sidewalk, this spot. Well, see, that looked... That's weird, because that was nailed down. That's really weird. So it's not doing the bobble when I throw it backwards either. Wow, that's weird. That was, I mean, that was 100% nailed down on that reverse throw. I didn't notice that. Interesting. This royalty-free playlist has some good shit. I'm actually going to favorite this one. There we go. Now I'm going to skip it so it doesn't ruin it. Yeah! Yeeting it! This is an alright spot. Kind of one-dimensional. But it's alright. Nothing to really dive. A couple tree holes to dive, but nothing too crazy. A little awkward move. That was cool. I want to go back and get that nailed down. That's a cool little area to do a left to right throttle on. What? Some of the loyalty-free tracks are into loyalty-free? It's the same thing. Yeah, right, King. Oh, are not royalty-free. Yeah, you're right. I noticed that too. That's why I'm kind of keeping them on the speakers here, rather than pumping them directly into the feed in hopes that I don't get screwed. But like I've talked about before, unless you get to like 10,000 views, which is quite a ways off, you don't really make much off of views on videos. It's basically, it's 1/100th of a penny. So at 10,000 views, you can generate $100, but I mean, I don't get 10,000 views in ever. I mean, like, it takes me a couple months worth of content to get to 100,000 views. Alright, I think I'm just gonna ditch the rest of this. Because I gotta get working. Yeah, fuck it. Let's kill the rest of this. Alright, we're good. Let's start fixing, yo. King Sloth, you don't even have to worry about that anymore. They demonetized the video, and they don't give you a copyright strike or anything like that. Oh, yeah, right, King? Now Mom can have that operation. Okay, then it's a tenth of a penny. It's a tenth of a penny. Yep. It is a tenth of a penny. Because it's a tenth of... I was wrong. It's a tenth of a penny because 10,000 views makes you $10. That's what it is. 10,000 views is $10. That's right. Yeah, so it's kind of... It's like... Why bother? Alright, let's fix some shit. Get this out of here. Get this nonsense out of here. Okay. Let me get my little extra secret little camera here for you guys. Some extra light for yous. Okay, here we go. Let's swap an arm, people. What do you think? Good idea, bad idea? Best idea, worst idea? Let's get that even. Get this moved back a little bit here. And let's get to work. Alright, you guys should be able to see most of what I'm doing with the camera there. So I like to pull the motor off first to get as much stress off of the wires as possible. So let's do that. Get out of here. Why is my shit such a mess? Get the fuck out of the way. Get out of the way. Shit everywhere. Oh, nope. Proton to go never makes the live streams is the subtext there. Proton, I haven't had a chance to watch that that video yet, but I will. But I mean, having seen your tune already, I kind of already know what my answer is going to be, which is basically that you're about as close as I think you're going to get. The point that you're at with that tune on the Acrobat is basically where you need to start doing black box logs. That's really you're at a point where tuning it with HD footage and through the FPV feed is sort of out the window, and the only way to get a better tune is to go black box. That's fucking annoying. I can't believe that just happened. I had the shrink wrap really nice around that guy and it just ripped right off. Alright, so let's get this TPU off here, and then I do save all of my broken arms just to look at how it broke, where it broke. I do eventually want to design a frame. Well, finish designing a frame with someone in the future. And just having lots and lots of broken carbon around really helps. When you start to look at like your own arm design, you can take some measurements and shit like that. And yeah, something to be learned with every broken piece of carbon. It is hot as fuck in Atlanta today. My God, I am dying in the little den here. But doing it for you guys. Doing it for the collective, man. How's the volume on this microphone? I brought it up for the live stream review, but in the live stream reviews I'm kind of on my best behavior, so I'm not going to be screaming and yelling. So there's a chance that the mic volume is too hot right now, since the gain is set for calm Ciotti. Calm, not cursing Ciotti. I mean, it's basically just I have two personas. 9 to 5 persona, where I can't curse and scream and yell, and then 5 to midnight persona, where all bets are fucking off, bro. Man, this broke pretty good. Shit. Alright, so we got that. Weirdo says, am sure make a chibs? Panic switch is angle mode. Yeah, raw pics. You just got to be careful. You got to Basically, if you're going to do that, every single time you plug any of your rigs into Betaflight, you have to calibrate the accelerometers. You have to get in that habit, because if the calibration doesn't really stay all that well, and when it comes out of calibration, it can come out of calibration real bad and do bad things. Like, if it comes fully out of calibration, you could flick the switch and it could go inverted, which in that moment you are probably not going to be ready for. It actually happened to me yesterday. One of these rigs came out of calibration and I hit the switch and it went like 90 degrees to the right. I've had it happen enough times where I knew exactly what was going on, and corrected it. Oh, and it's horizon mode, not angle mode. So angle mode won't let you go upside down. Horizon mode will. So horizon mode is a little bit more forgiving when the accelerometer comes out of calibration. Let's see if that's got enough resistance on it to just come out now. Yeah, it does. Cool. Yeah, safest bet is to not do it, but it's not that hard to remember. And the accelerometers don't come out of calibration all that often. I've only had it happen a few times. So, and like when it happens instantly, so like your immediate response may very well be to just flip the switch back, which is a safe thing to do. So, oh, what's that? I thought this motor survived, but there's a little rough spot in it. God damn it. This was not a hit to the motor either, as you can see by the propeller. The propeller's not all bent to shit. This was a hit to the arm. So the motor should have survived. The reason why I'm saying this is that I am seeing if these Emax Eco motors could be a replacement for my T-Motor F40 Pro 2s that I'm rapidly running out of. But I need to know that this is a very durable motor if I'm going to switch. And if there's some damage to it from this crash, then it's not a durable motor. Yeah, what the hell is that? Oh, there is a dent in the top of the bell. Yeah, there it is. There's a little spot that it is not happy. Although it goes away pretty quick. That's weird. Zings are very durable raw picks, but they're also very heavy. Too heavy for me. Usually dirt will push out a little bit easier than this, weirdo, but you're right, it is usually dirt. Did you ever decide what to do about those Velox motors? Do you mean the pink and blue Pacers? That's going to be my next. That's going to be my next live stream review. I was going to try to do it today, but it's getting a little late, and I want to go out and fly soon. The light's about to get good soon. So probably won't be today, maybe tomorrow. 3 o'clock EU stream tomorrow, so maybe tomorrow. We'll see. The other thing I'm kind of iffy about with these motors is they have noticeably less torque than the T motors, which could be good, could be bad. Less torque like that is going to make them more... potentially more like cinematic, more ramp up, ramp downy, which I'm cool with. But if I start coming down to the bottom of dives and don't make it out of them, then it could just be, I don't know if I necessarily want to adjust to that per se. That would be a case where it's just straight up not enough torque. So we'll see. Looks alright. Alright, so this is now about as clean as it's going to get. Let's see if there's any change. Looks like you might have been right, weirdo. I think it was weirdo. I don't feel it. Alright, good. Good. I thought I put a new arm out here. Yeah, I did. Oh, and it's a painted arm. Look at that. I believe this is actually my last 5mm thick glide arm. But I did do a little tiny FPV cycle order the other day for more. I only got 4 more, though. I should have gotten a whole shitload more. Because on a couple of my rigs, the arms are still strong, but the ends of the arms are just fucking whooped. And the more beat the devil horns get on these arms, the more chance the motor bell is going to take a hit. So, yeah. Didn't damage the magnets, no. What the fuck was that? Oh, okay. I know what that was. It's not catching the threads properly. There it goes. Now it caught them. Nope, still not grabbing them. What the fuck? Get in there, you shitbird. Grab the fucking threads, bro. What are you waiting for? I didn't strip the... Did I strip the press nut out? No, it's just not going straight in. Oh, I know why it's not going straight in, because the arms are nice and tight together. Okay. There it is. Nope. Spit it out again. Let's try putting this other screw in to pull it down. What's happening is the base plate is flexing upwards and trying to cross thread the screw where it goes into the press nut rather. So what I need to do is just pull the top plate down a little bit, and that might have just done it enough. Interesting. I've never had this issue before. It's because it's painted arm against painted arm. The extra thickness is just kind of being a dick. But if I bury this inside one, we'll be all right, and it won't cross thread this inside one because it's going into a standoff. Man, it is fighting like a motherfucker, though. Holy hell. Come on. No Loctite because there already is a shitload of Loctite inside of this standoff. There we go. Yeah, that tightened down a whole shitload. That's it. Now we'll be all right. Yep, there it goes. Good. So that's a good build tip for this frame. Put the inner arm bolts in first to avoid what I was just dealing with. Especially if you're going to paint your fucking arms with $25 a can spray paint. Which I do not recommend, and I think it tried to pull... Yeah, it did. Alright, let's kick the soldering iron on. It tried to pull this one wire off of here, so we're just gonna fix that up. I think it was just this one though. How can I get shrink wrap over this again without desoldering everything? Fuck it, I just won't. Farg it. Let's just throw a piece of electric tape on the arm to insulate it. We'll be alright. Actually, I'll put this on the bottom of the race wire. Come to think of it. Good enough. Between that and the VHB, it'll insulate it just fine. And it's funny, I have like this internal timer for how long the old soldering iron used to take to heat up, and this new one is so much faster. It's funny, I gotta like, I'm always sitting here waiting when it's just sitting there up at temperature already. Jesus, what the hell happened in here? My God. Looks like it got 2 of them. Well, kind of might as well pull all 3 of them off, and then I can get shrink wrap on that fucker. Because I do like to solder these from the outside in. Yeah, fuck it. Alright. Clean these fellas up. Ah, there's strands of wire. Okay, so when this shit happens, always look for little strands of wire. This is why stripping the silicone with your fingernails is important rather than wire cutters or wire strippers. Because if you nick any of the internal wires, you won't notice it until something like this happens. Jesus, why is everything trying to bridge? What the fuck? Oh, because this is the 20x20 ESC. Interesting. Pads are a lot closer. Alright, let's get some, I probably have some over here. Yeah, look at me go. Oh, and I can cut this nice and long now that these are soldered down. Protect the joints as well as the schlip schlap. Stephen Rossi. Bearing ball off track, eh? In all of my years of hobbies with bearings, I've never experienced a ball going off track. I didn't think it could, by the way the inner and the outer races are kind of set up, and the way the guard is in there. If you get like a little hangnail in this harder plastic shrink wrap, it's like a weird weak point that it will. So just do shit like this to get it out, because otherwise it'll when it's shrinking up, it'll split. This harder shrink wrap is kind of like prima donna-ish, if I'm real honest. It's kind of a pain in the ass in a bunch of different ways. It doesn't shrink up in a nice way. It shrinks up like a fucking, I don't know, something that sucks. Shrinks up like an asshole. How about that? I have like 18 fans on in this room, so I'm going to go shrink this in the living room. Be right back. Yep, Color Shift Paint from AutoZone, Steven. 25 bucks a can. Jafar says my life is boring as fuck. Dude, you're into FPV, your life's not boring. Jamie, what's up? Alright, cool. Coming on Monday? That'll be fun. We've got the air mattress out in the living room, and we might do a sleepover with you. I should have left that as a surprise, but now I said it and it's out in the world. Because I know you like to sleep on the couch, so we thought it might be fun to do a maybe we'll do a blanket fort too while we're at it. Never know. What do you think of that? Jamie, let me know if you want me to wait for you to fly. I've been flying really late in the day lately, like 7, 8 o'clock into dusk. So yeah, I'm more than willing to wait to fly. If you use TPU arm guards and this shit starts to happen, hold on, let me give you guys some better light. If they start to get to like lift up like this and push through, hit the TPU with a lighter to melt it all back together. If you stay on top of it, these things will last a long time. If I put this back on and hit this arm again, it would probably completely tear it and be a real bitch to put back together. So try to stay on top of the TPU. I'm probably going to have to go outside this room to do this as well. But I want to try to show you guys how I do this. This works better with a torch, but if you don't have a torch, you can usually get this done with a lighter, as you can see. And you can go pretty hard on these arm ends. You can really put a good amount of heat into them because they're usually pretty thick. When you're repairing GoPro mounts, which I think somebody said earlier, that GoPro mount looks whooped to shit. I sort of adhere to the same policy with the GoPro mounts, is that I really try to stay on top of them and check them for cracks. The front load mounts, the only problem with the front load mounts is they have to be printed from the bottom up. So the weakness the weakness with 3D printing is always in between the layers, right? The layers want to separate. So with these BMC mounts, literally the only problem with them, everything else about these mounts is absolutely brilliant and genius and beautiful, is that right around here, after a bunch of big hits, it'll try to start running. Like in between the layers, it'll start to let go right in the back here. So every once in a while, you just want to grab it and pull up on it to try to catch any cracks that are forming. This one's actually damn near brand new. You should see some of my other ones. But yeah, so this one is still good. But when it starts to crack there, just get a torch and put a bunch of heat in there. Don't touch the top because you'll warp it. You gotta be careful because there's a lot of different angles in here. But yeah, it'll start to split here. You hit it with a torch, put a bunch of heat into it, it'll all melt back together, and then it'll be kind of good as new. Alright, so let's get this murder soldered back on. I'm going to pull this off just so I don't inadvertently farg it up when the soldering iron is all up in there. Stephen Rossi says, please tell me that you got that color shift idea for my Instagram like a year ago. I didn't, Stephen. I had that paint way back when. So, story time, it is time for story time! So, my first car was a 1987 Mustang that my parents gave to me. 4-cylinder, unfortunately. Actually, fortunately, because I would have died if they'd given me a 5-liter. So, yeah, they gave me that and kept me out of trouble, taught me how to, it was manual, so learned heel toe, all that good stuff, started to get interested in drag racing and autocross here and there. When I was a senior, I believe, in college, a buddy of mine was selling okay, so to go even farther back, when I was in high school before I got a car, my family was a Mustang family. They started buying Mustangs back in 1965, and both my mother and father like kind of always had a Mustang. They both they both had Mustang 65 Mustang, well, Mustangs from the 60s that nowadays are like six-figure cars. So don't, sore subject. Don't talk to him about that. But so when I first started getting interested in cars, when I was like, I think a freshman in high school. Now we're talking like the year is 1995, 1996 when I was in high school, and in 1994 they revamped the Fox body Mustang into what internally in the Mustang community is called the SN95. That was the chassis code of the 94, 95, 96, 7, 8 Mustangs. SN90, well, and beyond actually. That continued to be the chassis code, but in '99 when they changed the body style, the car got a new internal moniker of the New Edge. That's what the 99 and 2000 style. If you guys know the orange 2000 Mustang Cobra R, that's with the big ass park bench rear wing. That's the New Edge style Mustang. If you're really interested, Wikipedia will get you up to speed. But so in '96, Ford did a thing, and they finally ditched the 302, the 5.0, and they moved to the 4.6 liter modular engine platform. And to kind of get some hype going about that, also in '96 they introduced the Ford Mustang Cobra, which was going to have a dual overhead cam version of that engine with an aluminum block that they had made by a plant called Teksid, Teksid, over in Europe, and that was the plant that actually made Ferrari aluminum blocks at the time. And that block was that's kind of like a legendary block nowadays. It's kind of like, it's one of the lightest aluminum V8s that you could get. You could put like 1,000 horsepower through it without any extra bracing. The block was just brilliant. It was like 80 something pounds lighter than the iron block 4.6 that eventually went into the Terminator Mustang, right? The one that everybody kind of knows about. The supercharged platform that made all the power and got all the glory. But back in '96 we had a lighter version of that engine, and at that, like I said, at that time I was in high school, just starting to learn about cars. And when that car got introduced with the dual overhead cam heads and the aluminum block, one of the big things that they were touting was a 7,000 RPM rev limit, which was like from fucking outer space. Like V8s just never ever revved that high. But because of the fact it was a dual overhead cam head, it had enough airflow to support and to keep making power as the revs climbed. So they did that big wild crazy rev limit, and that just sounded like the great. So I grew up kind of watching F1 and other motorsports with my father, and in motorsports where you actually have to turn the steering wheel, weight is a big issue, and engines are heavy. So one of the things that's fairly commonplace in that type of motorsport is high RPM. You used high RPM to squeeze more power out of a smaller, lighter motor. And I gotta take this prop off, it's getting in the way. And man, we are in the fucking weeds now. You guys are getting schooled in some things outside of FPV. So that's what Ford did with this engine, is they built the heads and the intake geometry around a higher rev limit. And a lot of people didn't like that. This kind of bucked the trend of muscle cars, right, of which the Mustang most certainly is, being all about torque and low RPM and grunt and blah, 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 blah. But when you do this, it's much more efficient. Typically, when you build a motor with lots of RPM, and you shift the power up high in the RPM with cams and with timing and with other things, it ends up being a more efficient motor. And all this shit was like music to my ears at the time. So I'll never forget in high school looking at an ad for the 1996 Cobra, again touting like this huge RPM and seeing like just kind of the idea of a 7,000 RPM V8 was just amazing. And I remember thinking like, my God, that must sound glorious. Basically race car sounds. And many years later, when I was I think this was during my first senior year at college. I lived off campus with friends from high school, actually. One of my friends had a black 96 Mustang Cobra. Lots and lots of videos of that car once I owned it here on YouTube. And he ended up getting an E46 M3 and decided that he wanted to get rid of the Mustang, and it was just perfect. So I bought that car and had a goddamn blast with it. And now I don't remember where the fuck this story was going. What the hell were we talking about? Fuck. Where were we going with this? Jesus. Not with the removable roof, Jafar. The removable roof cars were unbelievably rare. Those cars fetch tons of money nowadays. Oh my God. If I had one of those, I would still have it. I would not have gotten rid of that car. Fuck. What the hell were we originally talking about that made me want to talk about the Cobra? The color shifting paint. Okay. So, the other crazy thing that they did with this style, with the SN95 style Cobra, is they made something called the Mystic Cobra. And they painted it with incredibly expensive Mystic Bosch color shift paint. And to this day, I've always wanted that car. And so that's why I found out about the Duplicolor color shift paint, because it was somewhat similar to that Mystic paint from '96, not quite the same. They used to have to store the paint under lock and key at the dealerships and whatnot, because it was the same pigment that they were using at the time in the new $20 bills. So not only was the paint expensive, but it was a bitch to get your hands on because of that. So yeah, I've kind of known about the color shift paints forever, and yeah, I thought it would be cool to paint some frames in it right before we left Charleston, actually. That's why on the stream you'll see me holding this up a lot. This is one of the few frames that I haven't flown with the color shift paint. As it turns out, it flakes off pretty easily. But yeah, there's some insider baseball on some of my car history. Unfortunately, that car... So I bought that car at 110,000 miles, and I drove the ever-loving piss out of it. And when it got to about... So the kid that had it before me that I bought it off of, Chris, he drag raced it a bunch. The guy before him drag raced it a bunch. I started drag racing it and then very quickly became bored with drag racing, because once you've learned how to launch, it kind of becomes a game of how much money you're willing to spend. There's a saying in drag racing: how fast do you want to spend? Not how fast do you want to go, but how fast do you want to spend, because how fast you want to go is basically how much money you're willing to spend. So we're talking like late 90s, early 2000s. This was back before you could make 1,000 horsepower, like sort of cheaply and easily. It was much more expensive to make big power back then. Much more risky too. We weren't all that good at the tuning side of things quite yet back then. So I got out of drag racing pretty quick and into autocross, and I autocrossed the piss out of that car. Again, lots of edits here on my YouTube channel, autocrossing that car. But eventually, when it got to like 200,000 miles, the motor just had it, and one of the problems with that motor being dual overhead cam and having all this new, at the time, kind of sort of new tech, was that rebuilds were incredibly expensive. It was a motor that was like $5-6 grand to rebuild, between the labor and everything else, and there wasn't, this is back in the day before YouTube, right? So like, I want to rebuild a motor. It was like, okay, who do I know that's rebuilt this motor that I can ask for help? And it was a rare motor, so the answer was nobody. So just a very different time. It was not a time where people rebuilt newer motors. Like, you could rebuild the 302 because you could usually find somebody in your area that had done it before that would be able to help out. Maybe he knew what the fuck he was talking about. Maybe he was a complete idiot that was going to walk you down a path of a shitty rebuild and a rebuilt motor that doesn't last long. But yeah, for this particular engine, it was just it just wasn't something that was rebuilt by normals. So I bought my 99 Miata. At the time, I was super into autocross, like head over heels into it. I think I might have been the chair, either the chair or the co-chair of the entire autocross program for South Jersey at the time. And I was also at a point as a driver where I couldn't really be any more competitive in my region with that car. It was a car that did not fit well into the class that I was in. And it was just a ton of fun, but I just couldn't be competitive. And I wanted to see, I was also just starting to instruct, and I'd driven a couple Miatas at that point. And when you drive a Miata in anger at a motorsport event, and you're done, and you get out of the car, typically the first words out of your mouth are, "Holy fuck, I need to get one of these." They're just that good when it comes to motorsports where you have to turn the steering wheel. And that's what I was interested in, because motorsports where you have to turn the steering wheel are like 99% driver skill and 1% car. And that's really what I was looking for. I just didn't want to be like... I just was uninterested in drag racing because a lot of it was just how much money you had. Like, how big is your e-dick was based on how much money you had. And I'm just not into that. Like, I want skill to be the thing, not money. So yeah, I got the Miata, fell completely in love with it as a daily and as a race car, and the Mustang just continued to sit under a cover. At some point, Kristen and I then moved south to Charleston, and I towed the fucking thing down with me. Lots of interesting pictures of that adventure on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, actually, in the photo album section. And the car continued to sit under a cover in Charleston, mainly because I couldn't get a fucking half-decent job making any money, because Charleston is not a town where you can get jobs making money unless you know people or you've grown up there. That is affectionately called the Good Old Boy Network in Charleston. Basically, if you For the most part, like if you weren't born there, you're just never going to make it there. It's like an ongoing joke. Unfortunately, it's kind of sad. Because the businesses in Charleston really suffer because of it. They just don't hire people that are outsiders. They only hire locals, so they miss out on some of the most talented, smartest people, just because they think that their thinking is that people from outside of the area are not trustworthy and are going to rip them off. And it's just so not true. And the businesses really suffer because of this. Most businesses in Charleston fail very early and very hard because of this, because they only employ people that are from down there. And if I'm totally honest, the education system is just nowhere near where it should be. So they just don't get super talented people. And it's circular, right? Like these companies fail, and then they blame everything other than what they actually should be blaming, and then they somehow manage to start a new company, and then the same thing happens over and over again. So that it's coming from New Jersey, like the failure rate of businesses in Charleston was like, it's just unbelievable to me. I mean, I just, it took me a long time to figure it out, actually. Like, there was a while where I was like, how is this possible? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, no businesses can be successful. This is ridiculous. And because of that, I'm getting kicked around from job to job to job to job, right? Like, every job that I get, the company just commits hara-kiri. So yeah, it just sat under a cover the entire time in Charleston. Because I just could not find a job that was that could stick around or could pay jack shit. I mean, I made literally half as much at these jobs doing more work because I was having to cover a lot of errors by other people than when I lived in New Jersey. And our cost of living wasn't even that much less because Charleston is a tourist town. After a while, actually, because of there was a population boom in Charleston as people figured out that the beaches there were some of the only beaches on the East Coast that were not inundated with Italians, which I can say because I am one. So yeah, that was an interesting period of my life. But, so the end of that story is here in... so when we eventually gave up, we tried to make it work for about 6 years in Charleston, but eventually it just became obvious that it wasn't going to work. And we said, okay, if we're ever going to make it out to Portland, Oregon, we need to be making some money. So we kind of looked on the map and said, all right, where's the closest place we can move to that we can make some money? That turned out to be Atlanta. And so we moved here, but I just couldn't justify towing the car again, and we needed money for the move. So unfortunately, I had to sell that car. And that was rough. That was a car that Kristen and I's relationship was formed in. When we met, she lived... Well, I'm really ignoring the chat now. But I don't see much orange, so... Stephen Rossi says, love how we both individually came to be the same idea using that paint for our frames. Hell yeah, man. So... Yeah, when Kristen and I met... Jesus, what's that, 12 years ago? 13 years ago? 28, 29? Fuck, man, that was like 14, 15 years ago. Jesus. I'm 5 years older than Kristen. She was still in college at Seton Hall, which was an hour away from me in Cherry Hill. And, but like, I don't know, for whatever reason, I just kind of knew that she was the one. And I used to drive... Initially, I would drive an hour on Thursday or Friday up, and I would stay with her in the dorm. But eventually I got banned from her campus because I kept her. I didn't realize that her campus cops were kind of tied into their local police department. So I kept parking. I refused to pay for parking. Well, I also kind of couldn't afford it, but I just refused to pay for parking. So I just kept parking on her campus. I would just like find little spots in like the backs of parking lots or whatever. And they kept giving me more and more tickets, and I just kept ignoring their tickets. Well, eventually they booted the car. Well, at the time I was into autocross, so the car had 17x9 wheels on it with 295 width tires. So the boot wouldn't close because the car was just so meaty, the tires were so meaty that the boot wouldn't close all the way to lock. Well, I take one look at the boot, I'm like, I bet you I can pull that fucker off, and sure as shit, I just wiggled the boot and it just popped right off, like really easily, like shockingly easily. The boot pulls right off, and I was like, well shit. So first I just like threw it into the bushes, and then I was like, I don't know if I should do that. So then I went and grabbed it out of the bushes and I threw it in the trunk of the car. And I didn't think about it again, really. Like, it was just kind of in the trunk. It was a funny story that I told lots of people. Well, like an asshole, I keep going back to her school and parking. Well, the one night we're in her dorm room and we hear beep, beep, beep of a tow truck. And I'll never forget, I said out loud with my mouth, "Oh, that sucks for somebody." Well, after another like half an hour of tow truck beeps, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? I have to know what's going on. So I go downstairs and they're attempting to tow my car. What I had done is that there was like a fucking pillar. So there was like parking spot, pillar, parking spot. And the front wall was like here. So I put the Cobra. All right, so here's the Cobra. So what I did is I put it up in here, and then I like made a really a tight angle, and it was really close to the pillar. It's hard for you guys to see because my hand is in the way. I put it like at an angle with the pillar here, and then I turned the front wheels to the left. So that if you tried, first of all, trying to tow the car, the one car over from me wouldn't be able to be there. And then if you tried to pull the car backwards, the front wheels were turned towards the pillar, so it would just bash into the pillar. You know, because of course I'm smarter than the police and the tow truck people. So that's why they were down there for like a half an hour, because they kept putting the car up and down and up and down and up and down to try to scooch its way out. And they almost fucking had it. Like, they almost had it by the time I got down there. And the campus cops were there, and the campus cops are like, oh, we're going to call the real cops, and all this shit. And I'm like, look, I have the boot in the car. I'll give you the boot back, and I'll pay for the tickets. And they're like, okay. So they dropped the car down, and I drove the car home and had to pay all... I don't think I had to pay all the tickets. I was a shithead again and like fought some of the tickets or something like that, because again I just really didn't have the money. Yeah, so that was and then yeah, so at that point, like they banned me from the campus. Like, they sent me the letter. I still have the letter. It's great. So at that point, what we started doing is I would drive the hour up to Kristen. I would pick her up, put her in the car on like a Thursday or a Friday, and I would drive the hour. Actually, I think it was like an hour and a half, wasn't it? It was like an hour and a half each way. She would hop in, and we would drive all the way down to Cherry Hill, South Jersey, and hang out at my apartment all weekend. And then on Monday, I would drive the hour and a half back up, drop her off, and drive the hour and a half back down. So I put like a zillion miles on this car. Props to Ford, by the way. Nothing broke in this whole process. I put like 90,000 miles on that car in like 4 or 5 years, and it did not let me down. I think I had a thermostat housing shit the bed on me once. Other than that, though, my God, that car held up unbelievably well. But yeah, between all the autocrossing, all the drag racing, all of everything else, that car lived a really hard life, a really, really hard life. And it spent all of its life in New Jersey, and it got driven every single winter. So all the brine that they spray on the roads, all the salt, all that shit rusted the ever-living balls out of the chassis. So like, even though I did have to say goodbye to that car eventually, it was really rusty. Like it was hard to see that particular car go, but that year of Mustang is still, I think I think my favorite. So like, at some point, if financially we're doing well someday, I will probably find a restored example of that car with no rust and turn it into basically the long-term plan was the Miata being an autocross car and the Cobra would be a track day car, and that plan still exists, and I still think it's going to be that car because it's a unique combo of it's not quite as lightweight as the Fox body, but the chassis got some substantial bracing improvements, and then it's lighter than the New Edge cars. It's a lot lighter than the S197 cars. All the new Mustangs are a lot heavier than this was. So it's a really compelling platform to build a road race car off of. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of car-related shit that a couple of you probably care about, and the rest of you are like, Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up, dude. Talk about FPV. The glide's back. It's fixed. I've got 3 again. Gel Captain asks about an opinion on the Emax Ecos. So far, I like them, Gel. They do not have the torque in the low RPM and the mid RPM as the T-Motor F40 Pro 2s do, which are also a 2306, but these are half the price. So at $12 a motor, I am looking forward to spending some more time on them to see if I can deal with that lack of torque. So thus far, they're good, not great, but as I fly them more, they might become great, because if I can just adjust to that little bit less torque and crack the throttle a little bit earlier, then they could be really good. I'll be happy if I get through today. I'm gonna fly it a bunch today, in a little bit here. Actually, what's it? 5:06. I'm gonna fly it a little bit today. It's gonna be my main rig that I fly today, so it'll probably get broken today. Betaflight setup on the CB3 with Emax 1306s. Let's do it. Yeah, I don't put the TPU arm protectors in the back because they're heavy. So I run them in the front because the front arms I scrape against the concrete a lot, and they really help with that. But in the back, that never scrapes the concrete. The back just takes big impact. So, and the TPU doesn't do as much for protection on the big impact. So I sacrifice the rear arms a little bit to lighten them up. I can very specifically feel whether or not, like if you blindfolded me and put the arm protectors, the TPU on the ends of the arms in either just the front or all around, I could tell you, like, within seconds of flying it, whether or not it has the TPU on or off. They're about like 2 grams, and 2 grams on the end of the arm is a substantial amount of weight. So I'd love to just have a ton of glide arms and just not run them at all, but I don't. And I do scrape the ground often enough where I'd be switching front arms like quite a lot. Would guitar bindings work instead of the TPU? Maybe. you'd have to really figure out a way to get him to contour to the arm though, because when the shit hits the ground at like 50, 60 miles an hour, oh my god, it's a lot of force. It really tries to rip him off. The ground does an excellent job at just like grabbing everything and anything off the front end of the arms, or the tips of the arms rather. Ooh. I'm gonna add story time to the stream title. Car story time. Wait a second. No, that's not the live stream, you idiot. That's an existing video. Here we go. Car story time. There we go. That's fun. Alright, Betaflight. How's Betaflight work? Do you guys know? I don't know. Where is the USB on this fella? There it is. Get in there. Okay. You move to 6, witchcraft happens, and the quad does some stuff. Metal Dirt, are you reading? I've typed that somewhere. Are you reading like a post of mine, or are you just also saying that because it's just a modification on a quote from Top Gear? I mean, you won't have to wait long, Adam. A couple hours, probably. What's happening? What are we doing? Betaflight? Is that... Alright. Okay. Yeah, it's a very famous quote from Clarkson about turbochargers. Exhaust gases go in, witchcraft happens... Forget the third part of the quote. Forget the third line. Where it says, I know about another Betaflight is just medieval. Oh! Yawning means I'm hungry, for the record. Calibrating the accelerometer. Ports! Oh, this is still on 3.5.6. We can't have that. Target is CL Racing F4. I think I'm actually going to put it onto... we do have Mad Bagels. Kristen went out and bought some yesterday morning. Yeah, I'm going to do Talon F4 is what I want. Whoa! Come on. Talon F4. Even though it is the Talon F4 V1, I think this target still works really well. Oh, look, there's an RC2. What's up, Rusty? How are you, man? Fuck it. We'll do it. We'll start to put rigs on 4.2 because I'm sure that we'll start to figure it out. No, I don't, Paulie Lee. That's one of the nice things about having like a build that you just repeat over and over and over again is that you can do shit like that. Like you can just fix it and throw it aside. Because yeah, I mean I've got 3 completely not completely identical. The motors are different, but other than the motors, I've got 3. 2 of them are completely identical, and then this third one is identical other than the motors. And then there's a 4th glide, the Glide Hammer, which is on big-ass motors. That's the build with the Hero on it. I'm actually done flying that for the time being because the Brain FPV flight controller in it sucks a big bag of donkey dicks. So I'm not bringing that out with me anymore. It needs to hit the bench and have a Talon F7 put into it. So we're going to go 4.2 here, Talon F4 target, full chip erase, load firmware online. while this is going, I'm gonna grab something, granola bar or a big cock to eat. What, baby? Nom, 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 nom. Talk about tall people? You guys making fun of my height? Minor bug fixes in RC2. Good looking out for you. Nah, Paulie Lee. I don't see them come out of calibration from big crashes. That's an interesting point, though. I'm 6'3" ish. Bootloader failed. God damn it. I hit the button. Or hold the button. Although, since I'm unplugging it, let's see if the flight controller accelerometer came out of calibration. That's a... I never thought about that before. That's a totally valid point. Let's see. Get on there. Connect. Nope, good to go. But I click it every time. Ooh. I do want to do some logging on this. Let's make sure that that's set up. Gyro scaled. Oh, good. 1. Nope, not 500. We want 1. And we're going to erase. I don't think I like this song. Sad noises. Ha 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 ha. 4U has a theory. VTX with the standard 3 wires to a connector. Don't snip off the 4th wire, but don't solder it up. Does twisting all 4 together help noise? It doesn't. That's called twisted pairs. And in very, 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 very high-end situations, it can potentially help noise. But we are not in one of those situations. So I do it. I twist all the wires together just to keep them in one big bundle so that like one wire doesn't go flying off and get chopped by the props. But in terms of noise reduction, it doesn't do anything. If you look up twisted pairs, you'll find a lot of shit saying, yes, it helps, but realistically, it doesn't help. This is something I actually talked to my father about, who's an electrical engineer of like 40-plus years, who's worked on like actual plasma fusion reactors, and that's where I kind of got that from. And I've tried it a million different times, and it has no effect. No noticeable, like, appreciable effect. But do it anyway, because it doesn't hurt. and it keeps the wire bundle together. And it also adds wire. That's one of the other reasons I do it. If you've got like three wires running from point A to point B dead straight, that's like the lightest way to do it, but I prefer to twist them so that that wire has to travel a little bit farther distance, and then down the road, if I run a different flight controller where the pads are farther away, I can untwist those wires and get a little bit more wire back. Yeah, for you, exactly. Proximity to the main thing, thank you, lovely. The main thing is proximity to the battery leads. That's where the majority of the noise comes from. That's one of the reasons that I like the Speedix GS25 ESC, because it puts the pads in admittedly a very awkward spot, but at the same time kind of a good spot in keeping those battery wires away from the video line. Fucking DFU bullshit. God damn it. There used to be a CLI command to put it into DFU, but it doesn't seem to work. Where's the fucking button? God damn it. Oh. There it is. Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? Come on. So help me God, if I have to pull this thing apart to push this fucking bootloader button, I'm gonna kill someone. I guess I shouldn't say that on like a live stream. on the internet ever. Oh, you motherfucker. It's like right behind the USB port. God damn it. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, but see, I can't go in like this because I'm going to have something plugged into the fucking USB port. I got to go in from the front like this. Oh, I can hit it from the front, though. I can feel it. Okay, cool. Can you help me out, honey? Can you plug that into the USB in the front when I tell you to? Yeah. Alright, hold on. God damn it. I had it. There it is. God. Thank you. DFU. Da fuck you. What does that mean? What does what mean? What are you guys talking about? What's what mean? RC2 4.2 full chip arrays, Talon F4 flash firmware, bro. God damn it. I did that all in the old configurator. Fuck. Fuck. I need you again, honey. I'm sorry. God damn it, Larry. Same thing, yeah. God. Unplug it. Plug it back in. There we go. Thank you. You guys like that forehead move? Choose a board. Talon F4 V2. Oh, look at that exit DFU mode. That's cool. I never noticed that button. Load it and flash it. This is what happens, Larry, when you fuck a stranger in the ass. You think you'll ever do a stream? Weirdo says, you think you'll ever do a stream when you down like a naggin before the stream? I'm pretty good with EU talk, but naggin is not one that I know. Naggin. From the context, I feel like that's either a joint or a big amount of alcohol. But let me know. A naggin, huh? Or it could be. There's always, of course, the chance that it's spell check, autocorrect rather. Nice, Larry. Larry's kids. He's not a jerk to me. I promise. He's not a jerk to me. He's definitely not a jerk to me. Hurry up, weirdo. Tell me what nagging means. And I'll do anything for super chats. Now that I'm unemployed, you guys, if you guys are going to support me, 200 mil of spirits. Yeah, I don't care. I'll do it during the stream, whatever. What?
You'll do a drinking stream?
Yeah, drunk stream. Wait, so a naggin is a drink? Why am I not just typing this into Google? Come on, Google. Don't fucking spell check me all the time. Son of a bitch. Oh, okay. It's those the little bottles behind the counter.
Oh, I want that for this. I want that if this for vodka.
Me too. I don't know if we have a name for that.
It's just the small bottle.
Yeah, we just like call them small bottles.
I mean, it's kind of like the bottles that you put in paper bags.
Yeah.
Around
Let's
here.
see.
I don't know if they don't have a name.
Name. Let's see. Shoulder? Shoulder size? Yeah, it looks like it's shoulder size. That's a stupid name. No wonder why we don't use that as a name. Pint? Well, that's a 375. Is 200 milliliters of whiskey a lot? I fucking love these suggested feedback questions in Google. Almost 7 shots. Well, but then sometimes shots are only considered 1 ounce. I don't consider 1 ounce a shot. I consider 2 ounces a shot. Well, fucking, right, again. 200 milliliter, great. Milliliter in ounces. Oh, that's not bad. 6.7 ounces. So that's only really 3 shots to me. Fuck, I'll do that right now. Actually, I would be fucked up right now on 3 shots. I haven't drank alcohol in a long time. It really upsets my stomach. So my tolerance is like nothing. So if I did 3 shots right now, I'd be broken. You're welcome, Panic. Broke all my props. Durable props are always going to be HQ. They don't have the best performance, and they're not the best balanced, but they're incredibly durable. A guzzle, Larry says. Oh, right, a flagon. A flagon of ale. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, this is naggin. Naggin, different than flagon, okay. For the future, a flagon is a liter of cider. Naggin, an orange juice, my first drink. For example, I'm a big brain. Nice. Oh, wait, this is done. Right. Apply custom defaults, please. I was back before PC. Tannered. Up there, all the way up top, right there, is a CL1 frame with the old non-PC HQ 5x4s. The really famous ones. It would shatter if you sneezed. But the flight performance was unbelievable. Alright, here we go. Setting it up. I have no idea where I put anything. If I were me, where would I have put things? I probably put receiver telemetry on the telemetry pad. Is this going to tell me where the hell that telemetry pad comes in? Yeah, look at that, UART3. Okay, so in theory, UART3 has smart port on it, which would leave UART4 and 6 for smart audio. So let's see where those pads are. 4, I probably used 4 then. So in theory, 4 is, I believe this VTX uses TBS smart audio. And that's it. Where the hell? There's a UART6? No way. Where the fuck is UART6? Oh, look at that. It's up there on the opposite side. It's good to know. Save and reboot. Alright. Reverse the motors. This is only an F4, so we'll come down to D-Shot 300. We're not going to turn bidirectional on yet, because we got to flash the ESC first. So we'll leave that. Alright. 180. S-bus, that's good. Air mode off, telemetry on. And before you ask, I put air mode on a switch. So you've got to turn it off here. Because this is for permanently enabling it, which I don't do. Save and reboot. Missed a bit in that last one. I forgot to say I was only using ciders as an example. It's really in discontinued alcohol. Gotcha. Config, double check just to make sure. Actually, I got to turn this down to 4. I almost forgot. Reboot one more time. Panic says, what is one of the Vox I'm running the HGLRC Titan stack with? What is one of the VTX? I'm running HGLRC Titan stack with 585 VTX. I don't understand the question, Panic. Sorry, I think spell check just violated your bum. Pid tuning! Magic! Going up to 20 on the dynamic idle. Trying to use the sliders more. I'm going to see if the stick response gain all the way down with 41, 43, 41 is low enough. It's probably not low enough, though. And I should be able to crank these PIDs up quite a bit because these motors are pretty smooth. Yeah, let's go up to 1.4. We'll leave it there. Cell count is 4. Feed forward transition of 1. VBAT PID compensation, although we're going to stop using that soon, but for the time being we are going to use it. Cutoff of 10. Roll pitch, and I want this on gyro. D-min, I go up to 50 and 50. Anti-gravity is really low. What the hell? Why is the default so low? Ooh, that's weird. I don't like that. I'm going to pull that up to 6. Best VTX. Okay. Okay. I don't know if there's a best yet, but my recommendations are going to be, if you have the money to get the Tramp Mini, or what are they calling it? Tramp Nano. This is my top choice for tiny little VTXs. If you want to save some money, the Eachine Nano is really good. And that's kind of it. Those are really the only 2 VTXs I'm buying nowadays. Unless it's a 5-inch. If it's a 5-inch rig, I'm a big fan of the Immersion RC Tramp, just the regular Tramp. It's $30 and just works phenomenally well. Always, never. An Immersion RC Tramp has never done me dirty, like a lot of other VTXs have. Rate profile settings. Time for actual rates. Yes. Yes. Excellent. And center sensitivity, I go as low as it'll go. And then your max rate, you just dial in the number that you want. So that's going to be 700. I think. Let me confirm that. Usually I do an RC rate of 6 and a super rate of 0.83. And that lands at 706. Okay, yeah, so we're good. 700 is correct. What are quick rates? What? I mean, okay. What the fuck? Strange. Looks just like regular Betaflight rates. Whatever. Okay. 10. Nope, not 10,200. Definitely not that. Okay. 10, 10, 10. 700. Fuck, come on. 700. 700, and I am now using a little bit of Expo. I tried this without Expo, and the acceleration is a little too linear. So I'm doing, I forget if I did 0.1 or 0.2. 0.1 doesn't make much of a difference, so I probably did 0.2. Yeah, it's 0.2. Okay, so 0.2 on Expo, just to pull the middle down ever so slightly, and that's it. Those are the actual rates I'm running nowadays. Save. Leader Buck, what are you going to ask, Joshua? I might know. Maytech 405 AIO has an RC2 update, but not the Maytech 405. What's the difference? I mean, for what you're trying to do, the difference is that one of the Betaflight devs made the update for the AIO target and just hasn't had a chance to make it for the non-AIO target yet. So, I mean, you can try the other target, but the risk is that you'll brick the board, although apparently that's not really a thing anymore. But I would just wait, to be honest with you. Hold on one second, guys. Getting the flying session all situated. Let's do this. Let's go. Let me make a, hold on. I gotta do something to let these guys pick the spot. Choose people. Andy. And, wait. There's a lot of Andys. Oh, poop. Hang on, guys. So sorry. Come on, Spacebook. Come on, Faceballs. Yeah, I thought it was... Oh, right. And... Ah, come on now. What? What is going on here? New post, yes. Andy. Adam. Yeah, totally. Oh, fuck, I don't have the one. Fucking, come on, Brad. And I'm gonna put Daniel in here too. Done. Yo, where we flying? All right, added him to the chat. Be right back. Shadows are starting to get long. They're not that long yet, though. Oh, God, I forgot to take my batteries off. Adam, you still in here? If so, I just made a Facebook group text for us to set up today with my buddy Andy. I turned the audible beeper off. On my ISDT, and now I forget. I don't look over at it often enough. And it sits there in charge done status forever. Okay, back to actual rates. Actual rates are in. Paulie Lee says, like to see the 4.2 config, please, of your rig. Rusty, I do not know the answer to that question, but I will add you to the thing. How do I do that? Add. You're added. Okay. Here are the PID settings. But don't copy these, because they are very rig specific. Cell count 4. Oh, that would help, wouldn't it? So there's the PID settings. You can rewind and pause on this. So there's PIDs. Rate profile if you care, but that's pretty individual. Filter is what I'm sure you're interested in. That's what I'm going to do right now. So let me just zoom that out a little bit so that I can do it. Well, width percent. I forgot. I gotta get RPM filtering turned back on to get that section. But if you're going to run RPM filtering, you can do this. There's also a step-by-step guide over on my Patreon to how to do this. Notch Q up to 250, and then the minimum down to 90. And we gotta flash the we gotta flash the ESC in order to get bidirectional D-shot on. So let's do that. Might as well do that now. All right. Left the soldering iron on, because that's what I do. Okay. I think I've put power to this before. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. Fuck you. Abnormal battery connection my ass. Come on, you piece of shit ISDT. Stop being a prick. Okay. Let's get into BL Heli 32 and get this going. Yeah, I know, right? All right, connect. Check. Okay. And we're going to come over here to ESC flash. And now this is going to let you flash them all at once. 32.7, keep settings. Ah, farts. I have to do this on the laptop. Computer's too old. Hang on. You guys aren't going to get to see this, but there's plenty of videos on how to enable things in places. Ah. Oh boy. I am a strange person. BL Heli 32 coming up here. Let me give you guys. Nah, if I do that, you're not gonna. It's not gonna be good. New version exists. Congratulations, new version. I don't care. Fart, fart, fart. Check. All right, good to go. And ESC flash, 32.6 to 32.7. Flash selected ESCs. While that's doing that, I'll get started on the toothpick. No idea what this toothpick board is. Target Mamba F411. All right. 3.5.7. Yeah, we don't want that. Is this the new config or the old? This is the new. Mamba F411. There it is. And load firmware online. Hey, look at that. The Mamba board goes into DFU automatically. Thank you for that, Mamba Mans. What in the hell are you guys talking about in the chat? Planks of wood wrapped in barbed wire? What? What in the world? Proton says, I need a Unify Pro Nano on a Duo. UFL antennas are so short. I don't know where to put it. Any idea? Can you show one? Just do what I do. Run the full... Run like your whole communication package in the back here. Just zip tie it down in the back. Any of the nano. Oh, there it is. I was wondering where this went. All of the nano VTXs will just fit right in the back there, and just zip tie it down. That's my approach. That's worked for me. I've had an Acrobat on that setup for like 2+ years. Hey, we got it. Let's see what direction the motors are spinning. Beep, beep, beep. Foop, foop. Foop, Which way are you guys going? Correct direction? Incorrect? Correct? Incorrect. So 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are wrong. Oh, that's the wrong mouse. 2 and 3 are wrong. 2 and 3 are wrong. 2 and 3 are wrong. Connect. Check. Alright. Turn off 1, turn off 3, turn off 4. Number 2, I'm going to go from normal direction to reversed. And I'm going to right. Right, okay. And then ESC3, I'm going to go from normal to reversed as well. Right setup. Alright, and now I'm going to turn all 4 on. And I'm going to turn down the startup beep volume from 40 down to like 10. I'm going to turn up the beacon signal volume, which will make the ESC beeper louder. Beacon delay, I'm going to take from 10 minutes down to 2 minutes, so that after 2 minutes of inactivity, it starts screaming and yelling. Brake on stop, I'm going to turn all the way up to 100%, and that's all that I do. Right setup, and we're done. As soon as it gives us okay. All right, there we go. So we're good there. Get that battery off of there. Hopefully the VTX didn't... Fuck you! God damn it. Come on, man. Fuck. That beep is why I will never buy another ISDT charger. Right. Oh, I probably will need that again. Oh, shit. This thing is not... It's BL Heli S. I could just not put it on the RPM filters. I'm just going to not put it on the RPM filters. Let's set the toothpick up real quick. What's up, Athix? How are you, man? Apply custom defaults. Okay, let's not calibrate the accelerometer because it's not sitting flat, but it's close enough. Ports. Wow, that's not a lot of ports. So... VTX is built in, receiver is built in. Oh, so I guess we don't really need to do anything with the ports. That's pretty cool. D-Shot 600, yeah, why not? Bidirectional, we're not going to turn on. Motor direction is reversed. This is an F4, but we're not running RPM filters, so we can run 8K, 8K. We got that. We got this. Not S-Bus. Oh, man. I guess SPI. Yeah, shit. Alright, we're not getting this set up today because I'm going to have to look that shit up and I don't feel like... fuck it, I'll do it real quick. Mamba F411, I don't know. Wiring? Setup? What? Yeah, I could, Patrick. I guess I could. Yeah, I guess I will. I always forget about Jazz Maverick. Come on. Great, here we go with this bullshit. V1.0, V1.1, V1.2. No info on how to tell the one from the other. God damn it. Although, wait, this isn't even the right... This isn't the AIO. Great. Okay. Come on, man, with the pop-ups. Really? In 2020? Okay. Tell me what to set the goddamn receiver at. Yeah, it was. The 16 by 16 was a Mamba. What a fucking nightmare that was. There we go. RC. TBS, PPM, SES, S... What? That doesn't tell me what I need to know. Come on, man. Really? Fuck is it? Wait a second. Does it not have a receiver built in? Fuck me. It doesn't have a receiver built in. Well, the Toothpick build isn't done. I completely forgot about that. No, I didn't. I put a receiver on it. What an asshole. It's an S-Bus receiver, you dipshit. Jesus. Yes, S-Bus. We're good. Jeez. And here we go with, that's what UART2 is, SmartPort. There we go. And the VTX isn't built in. The VTX is on that one. Right. Not SmartPort. I put SmartPort onto a smart audio pad. I put that onto an LED pad. So we're gonna go VTX smart audio, save and reboot. 6 o'clock. All right. Sun's starting to come down. I gotta get through this quick. Myanmar, says Athix. What am I doing? Config. Should be good. Okay. No. There we go. Alright, actual. Change. 10. Oops, not 11. 10. 700. 700.2. Save it. And... Oh, Athix. Me and Mamba have a bad relationship, he says. 0, 250, and 90. Save it. Push these up to 1.2. Save that. Come over into the PID profile settings. Dynamic idle, 20 is a good safe value. Set point 10, not 101, but 10, 50, 50, and 6. Put this up by 1, move this down by 1, take this all the way down, and I'm actually going to leave it right here. That's a good, oh, nope, feed forward up to full 1. Dynamic idle, absolute control, VBAT PID, yes. Oh, and I want to move the iTerm relax to gyro rather than set point. Save it, and away we go. Receiver. Gotta get that over to tear. And RSSI channel, who the hell knows? Oh, I don't even have it configured yet. Stick low 1,000, stick high 2,000. Auto smoothing, I'm actually going to leave alone because 4.2 apparently does a better job smoothing. And modes, ARM, aux1 all the way down, horizon, aux2 all the way up. We've got beeper, which is going to be aux3 all the way down. Head free failsafe. OSD disable. Yes, I do need to add an OSD disable, and I'm going to do that all the way down on aux2. Black box it does not have. We got flip over after crash. That's going to be on aux3 in the middle. And launch control for funsies, aux2 right in the middle. And there's our modes, adjustments. Oh, nope, right. Motors, I do need to spin it up. Wait, no, there's a battery on it. That was risky. I did that off camera, so if it blew up, I wouldn't have known. Oh, God. Oh, well, shit. The USB port is in the way of the one goddamn motor. That's annoying. Oh, no, it's just out of the way. Okay. There we go. All right, what are you spinning? This one's going out. That one's going out. That one's going out. And that one's going out. Look at that! They're all spinning the right direction, guys. What a goddamn treat that is. Okay, let's do this. Let's get into BL Heli and take a look at what version it's on. Connect, you fuck. Where's... There it is. Wow, that was weird. That took a while. Read setup. Alright. Ooh, it's on 16.7, so it is ready for bidirectional. Turn this beep strength down a little bit. Pull the beacon delay up to 2 minutes. Turn the beacon up a little bit. And turn on brake on stop. Actually, let me check something. No, you know, it wasn't pure luck. This is a board from Kebab. Kebab must have set that. Oh, and I need to go to 16.71. Okay, that's fine. Let's let him flash. Ah, shit. Okay, so it's normal, normal, reversed, reversed. Oh, no, it'll keep that settings. It'll keep that settings. Yeah, so 16.71 is going to work with bidirectional, which is nice. It's nice that it's in the configurator now. You don't have to fuck around with GitHub downloading it and then manual and all that bullshit. We are fucking moving, bros. We are moving through this setup. 2.5 hours. Holy fuck. I meant to stream for like 10 minutes and then go fly. But the light's taking forever to come down. Well, it's probably good now. This should be quick, though. Alright, good to go there. Normal, normal, reversed, reversed. That's locked in. Disconnect. Unplug the battery. And we're going back into Betaflight to just finish up real quick, and then we'll do the other rig, and then I'm going to get out of here. Close, config, D-shot, or bidirectional rather, on, 12 magnets, not 14, 5% motor idle, save and reboot. Copter 612 says, on the Talon F7 Fusion, can you explain how to get 5 volt on the VTX and cam ports? There's a set of jumpers, Copter. Go to Heli Nation's website. They're who makes the Talon. On their website, look up the Talon F7 Fusion and scroll down. They've got how-tos on how to do that. There's just there's 3 pads next to each other, and they're silk screened like VBAT and then like 5 volt. You got to jump the 2 5 volt pads. You'll see. It's pretty straightforward. Ish. Filter settings. Hey, there we go. RPM filtering is good to go. All right, let's come in here. Looks like we're flying in Johns Creek. Very cool. That is not super far away. Video transmitter. Let's load from file. This is going to be a shot in the dark. I'm going to take a guess that it's Smart Audio 2.0. And if it's not, then it's not. Low power disarm on until first arm. Save. Alright. I don't even know what VTX is in this. I'm just closing my eyes and pointing. I don't think there's any black box on here. No. So in theory, this should fly. I do have to bind it, though. It's kind of annoying. Alright, setup's done. Next. We are grooving, boyos. This guy even has a... No, it doesn't. No memory card in it yet. Gotta take care of that. Anybody remember where the hell we left off? What were we doing? Oh, we were doing bidirectional. That's right. So let's come into the fig. We'll turn bidirectional on. 5% idle. 12 magnets. Save and reboot. William Barlow landed his rig face first in a mud hole. Front motors were buried in the mud. Watched them off with water. Oh, totally be okay, man, for sure. Every single one of my rigs has been fully submerged in horrible, disgusting, nasty water before. Let them dry out and they're good. It's salt water that fucks everything up. Ah, OSD. Good call, Paulie Lee. Thank you. PID tuning. Let's just make sure this came on in here. Yeah, 0, 250, 90, 600. Fine. Save. Rate profile, I should be on actual, yes. Receiver, let's get this over to tear. And we're going to go 1,000 and 2,000. Auto smoothness, we'll leave that alone. And let's put in a little bit of deadband. Modes, I don't think I set up yet. Nope. ARM, Horizon, aux 2. All the way up. Beeper, aux 3, all the way down. OSD disable, no, because it has HD. Black box, it doesn't have air mode. Aux 2 in the middle, and actually, no, I can just do all the way down. FPV angle mix, no. Flip over after crash, aux 3 in the middle, and launch control, aux 2 in the middle for the funds. It's a Mamba F411 in the Toothpick. Okay, let's plug the battery in one more time and make sure everything's okay. Oh. Yeah, whatever. Make sure everything's spinning in the right direction. Okay, and it's not. So that one's for props in. That one's... Maybe I'll just run it props in. Alright, I'm just going to run it props in for today. It's fine. Proops in. Actually, no. No. That's a stupid idea. Since I don't have to flash, I'll be okay on BL Heli 32 on this computer. So I need to go connect and check. Right, and I just need to reverse everybody. So let's go to reversed and right. Okay. ESC2, normal, and right setup. ESC3 to normal, right, and ESC4 from normal to reversed, and right setup. Yeah, rice helps. So do silica packets. Start saving those little silica packets that you get in like sneakers and shit, and yeah, really good use for them. All right, disconnect. Kill that. Back in here. Back into the motors tab. Out. 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 And out. Good to go. Remove battery power so VTX does not melt. And OSD. I've got a CLI dump for my OSD, which works okay in 4.2, but not great, admittedly. Copter with $5. Thanks, Copter. Much appreciated, man. That'll go towards the Insta360 fund. Alright, and we're going to save. Now our OSD should be pretty decent. It'll probably not be set on NTSC, though. Nope, never is. And I'm going to add angle roll and angle pitch, because I like to look at those from time to time. Alright, there we go. That's good to go. Save it. Let's change the font to large. Save that. Font manager, large, upload font. I don't know if you need to do it both ways, but it only takes a second, so. Is that really loud? Patrick's GoPro fund is so sad that it's become a Insta360 fund. Is it loud? Okay, good to know. Video transmitter, I'm going to take another shot in the dark. And Smart Audio 2.0, maybe that's the right one. On until first arm, save again. No black box on this board, unfortunately. I think that we're good. I might not. This one might be bound already. Receiver, that looks okay. Tear disabled. PID tuning, we did a little bit of work in there. Failsafe I leave alone. All right, should be good. Okay. Look at us go. I am going to get OSD into the Toothpick, though. Because it's already in my clipboard, so I just need to copy and paste. Well, not even copy, just paste. Bing, bang, boom, you're fired, Bob. There we go. How do I make my OSD fit my FPV feed? Asks Weirdo. I just line it up on the screen, on here. I just set it up in here, the way that it should be, and it lines up. I've never had an issue. Well, this is interesting. The NTSC button is gone. I know the devs are already working on that though. So total arm time. Okay, that's good. And wait, no. Let's go to large. Sometimes I use clarity. Oh, and the font manager button is still grayed out. Interesting. Interesting that. Oh, so it must be target related. Because that's the only real difference between this and the other build. I put them both on 4.2, but this is on a different target. Huh. That's weird. It's a weird issue. Huh. Or FPV right, for that matter. Yeah, weirdo. Just move them around. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, you just drag and drop them. Just try, dude. Come on, just try. I know you haven't just tried yet, but just try. It's my it's like when you have mental illness and you tell somebody that you have depression and they just say, "Well, just cheer up." It's like, "Oh, right, you know? I didn't think of that. I didn't think of just cheering up. I'll be fine now. I'll be fine now. The chemical imbalance in my brain will just go away since you said just cheer up. Thanks, you fuck." I would, but my PC died. Okay. So you're doomed. You can't move it around in the OSD. Sorry, bro. That sucks. If you get a Speedy Bee, though, if If you get a Speedy Bee, I think you can maybe move it around in there. Don't take my word for that. Don't quote me on that though. All right, that's all we're gonna do. We did a lot. Look at us, man. We told some stories. We listened to some music. We changed an arm. We talked mad smack. We fixed some problems. I will ask you guys one last time if you would like to support me today to spread around this link I'm about to drop in the chat. That review live stream from yesterday, I want to try to get that thing cooking. So if you're floating around in the FPV verse and you see a good spot to drop this link, do me a favor and drop it. I'm going to get you that link in 1 second here. The bigger that we can get these review videos, the more shit that will get sent to me for review, and the more stuff I'll be able to give away to you guys. So, yeah, you're not just helping me. Hey, like that for a sales pitch. Here it is. Drop that link wherever you can, guys. I would appreciate it. Or just send me $4 like Patrick Ruan just did. Thanks, Patrick. You rule. Weirdo Skateboard says, and my comeback is that it would normally round kick their ankle and sprint tell them to walk on it. Yeah, exactly. Cool. We're good. I will see you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock U.S. Eastern Time for the EU stream. And so those Emax motors, are they the same? Which... Oh, Brandon. Which Emax motors? Which Emax motors? The 1306s? The 1306s are 12 by 12 bottom mount. If you need 9 by 9, oh, on the new Freestyle, they're this stupid ass 3 by 3. I don't know if that 3 by 3 is standard though. Hold on, let me see. Let's compare it to the to some other 3 by 3s. Nope. It is a non-standard 3x3, so Emax has locked you into their motors. So yeah, that sucks, but they do that. Emax does that a lot. Okay, cool. So yeah, tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern, I'll be back, and then Monday night at 10 o'clock. And yeah, we'll just keep going with the Quaranstreams, of course. That's about it. Thanks for hanging, everybody. You guys rule. I'm going to go rip. You should too. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you tomorrow. Laters.